Freaks and geeks of horror.
All right, guys, welcome to the Freaks and Geeks of Horror podcast. Today we have a fun one. It's going to be Poltergeist, and we have myself, we have Nick, we have Hillary, and we have Paolo. Let's go.
All right, so this was Hillary's pick.
Yeah, this was my pick. And I thought it would be really cool. Well, I didn't know if I was going to win, but I did. And but it is a classic, and we started with a classic, and now we're at episode 10, and let's do a classic.
Let's do a
Poltergeist.
classic.
It's probably one of my favorites because I love haunted houses and I love ghost stories, and it has this extra element of family because it's essentially a Spielberg film. And it has some very surprisingly scary moments with children. And I think that's pretty cool, too. You know, we can't protect the children all the time.
Yeah.
And this is about like a family going through some pretty hard times with Poltergeist and trying to protect their kids.
I think for horror movies, they do that purposely, of course. Like, that's very scary to not be able to protect your loved ones and stuff like that. So when they involve like children, I think it hits a little bit harder. So it's like not just scary, it's almost like it gets in your head a little bit, you know?
It gets you in the feels for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And for a movie that's what, like 40 something years old, I feel like it's kind of pushing a little bit of a boundary there, even though it's like technically it's a PG movie. I think it's like 2 years before PG-13 came along.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to rate it an R movie because there's some pretty terrifying stuff that happens to the kids and, you know, the whole family as a whole, but they wound up appealing it, and, you know, we have a PG movie that's probably one of the scariest PG movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. So it's a great pick.
Yeah, it has a lot of stuff in it. I also love just like the nostalgic feeling it gives me when I watch it because it's from 1982, and you see all kinds of things in it that you just don't see anymore, like corded phones, like landline phones. Like I was telling Paolo, like maybe I'm the only one who notices these things, but like even just like the kinds of doorknobs that are on doors, the kinds of television sets there are. I mean,
static.
An iconic thing in the movie is that there's static on the TV, and when do we experience that anymore?
Yeah.
Like we don't, because we've got, you know, better technology now.
Yeah.
I like how the interactions like really like highlighted the time period. For example, the 30, 40 something year old construction guys.
Yes.
Hitting on the daughter.
The daughter who's in
and
high
the mom's
school.
just sitting there like,
Oh, you guys.
you rascals. And then the guy's like eating their like dinner through the window and drinking her coffee. He's like, it's real good. She's like, knock it off.
Oh, you guys.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was wild, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Sign of the times.
yeah.
Totally.
It's just like, I guess that was a normal interaction in the early 80s, but nowadays it'd be like, I'm calling the cops. Sorry.
Yes.
Kids
Or you're
taking
getting
a
ass
taxi
beat.
with it, too. He's like, don't forget to call. He's like, I'm taking a taxi by myself. Or like, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
House is haunted. All
The
right.
dog will go with you in
Yeah,
the taxi.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh man, that cracked me up. It was just like, sending the kid away in a taxi.
Yeah, I couldn't even take the elevator by myself at that age.
And
And this
they're just
guy's
like-
like in the cab.
And then it really hit me when she was like, call me. I was like, oh yeah, there's no cell phones. They're just sending this kid away. They have no idea where he's going to end up, if he's going to end up safe. Just trusting, you'll call me back.
Yeah.
Jesus. No, it's cool. This movie's cool because it's like there are a lot of those weird time capsule elements where it's like product of the times type stuff. I mean, it opens with the national anthem. You know, they used to play the national anthem at the end of all the television when all the broadcasting was done. They'd play the national anthem, then it would cut to static.
What was it, like 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock?
Yeah, but
Something like
that
weird
does
like that, yeah.
not exist now. You know, with all the streaming services and stuff, you don't have to ever be watching
There's no
snow ever
downtime.
again. Yeah, there's no downtime now.
And
Even
there's
like in the early 2000s, like they stopped doing that. Like it was running 24 hours,
Yeah.
TV was. But there was a time in the 90s that it was like at a certain time, there was no broadcast whatsoever. So there was literally a few hours of nothing on TV.
Yeah,
Just
and on
like-
the radio too. Like if you listen to the radio late at night,
They would do the
play-
same thing, right?
I think here they would play even like the Mexican national
Yeah.
national
Right,
anthem,
right.
Yeah.
and I knew it was late. It was time to go to bed when you hear that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, a lot of little things like that. The whole and I don't know, I never experienced this, but I experienced a small version of this where the neighbors were kind of arguing because the remotes were syncing up weird. It's just like, well, I want to watch Mr. Rogers. It's like, well, I'm trying to watch the Raiders game. And it's like, I never had that, but I do remember distinctly, like, we had 2 TVs in the house and they couldn't be on different channels. They were in different rooms, but they couldn't be on different channels.
I
so
remember
weird.
that.
I vaguely remember that when I was really little.
My
I don't even
buddy had
understand that.
Yeah, you change one, and the other one would
You're
change
like,
as
Dad,
well.
I'm watching something. I don't want to watch it.
Oh wow!
And I know it kind of brought me back a little.
Yeah.
Like, were any of you one of those kids who would be like, I want to watch Mr. Rogers now, though?
No, I wasn't a Mr. Rogers
not really.
kid.
Not really.
No.
I mean, I loved it, but
I was a little bit in a Mr. Rogers.
Once in a while, I was a Sesame Street kid.
Yeah.
Sesame
So,
Street was
yeah.
tight.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers. Once in a while, there's always like, probably can get some hate from this. There's always something kind of, I don't know, off about him.
Yeah.
It's almost
Right?
like he was
Yeah,
too
for sure.
nice.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's not too
where's
nice.
the crack in the armor
Little
here?
too
What's going
nice.
on here? You're perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, oh, had a roof and all get in my sweater
Yeah.
pocket.
Or I always heard those like rumors about Mr. Rogers were like, he's actually a Vietnam vet and he's fully sleeved up. That's why he was always wearing the sweaters. It's like, really? I don't
That's
think so,
funny.
dude.
I've heard that too. Heard the same
I
thing.
think I'm going to choose to believe in that. Yeah. So just like a lot of really awesome vintagey retro things going on. The way the furniture looks, like if you were a kid in the 80s and 90s, it feels very familiar to watch that and see those chairs move around. And it's like, oh, that's those weird wooden chairs with the curvy backs.
Yeah.
They had that like tile like countertop that's impossible to clean because it has like the grout.
The
All the
grout.
little grout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
they did a
when
good
the
job.
meat explodes on the counter.
Ugh.
Oh, that was.
It starts with one.
Multiplying.
It turns into more meat though. I was like, oh, that's kind of
Like,
a bonus,
wow.
dude.
It's
Grill
actually-
it up.
More meat and then it turns into like
it's a miracle.
Yeah.
This is miracle meat.
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
definitely an old school movie. The only other thing I have, the what I thought was pretty funny, and it's kind of maybe another sign of the times thing, was when they went to put their daughter up in a hotel, and they were just like, we're putting you up in a motel, and then she was like, which one? And they told her, and she was like, oh yeah, I've been to that one. And they were just, the mom was immediately like, what? Because this girl's in high school,
For
and
sure.
she's like, oh okay, I guess that's just a
Never
normal
mind.
thing.
She's like, okay, whatever. It's like, you're a grown woman now.
yeah,
Get her
for
out of here.
sure.
you're 15 growing
Yeah.
up. It's like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
A lot of
Like,
these
you guys are crazy.
Crazy PG movie, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Well-
part of the charm of it.
What is one of you guys' scariest moments in the movie?
Oof. I got mine. You guys go.
Well, it's definitely the clown.
The clown, for sure, dude.
The clown.
Clown.
The clown is terrifying.
For me, like the creepiest part is when that guy is going crazy. I forget his name. He's one of the guys with the lady, but he's like goes into the bathroom and he's like,
Oh,
his
yeah.
face
yeah.
is peeling and he starts.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
that looks totally fake, but that's freaking creepy, man.
Yeah, it was
He's
pretty
just
good.
Yeah.
peeling his face,
Yeah.
and he looks.
The
and he's
chunks
like,
are going in the sink.
Yeah, it starts with the meat, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
With
The meat. He's like,
Like he's going through all of their cabinets and like their refrigerator. He's
sure.
eating a ton of their food, and he's like, "I'm gonna cook myself a steak right now."
I was actually cracking up about that. I'm glad
Yeah.
you brought that up because I think I was talking about that earlier. I was just like, man, this guy's really comfy. And
Like
as a
Ritz
guest, where he's just like, I'm going to go make something to eat. And he pulls out a steak.
They said, make yourself at home.
He's
I
just
mean-
like, all right, damn, that's pretty bold.
And the crazy part about it, right before that, they're like supposed to be like paying attention to every single scenario, and they're like listening to music and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, pay attention.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
shit
yeah.
happening
They're just
right
jamming
now.
out.
Dude, they're jamming out. I'm like, there is shit happening in that crazy house right now.
Yeah.
Like y'all need to like turn the music down and play really close attention. Yeah.
Another scary scene that's not necessarily scary, but it's like kind of iconic and definitely like creepy was when Carol Ann first says that they're here. It's just like, ooh, it's kind of a little bone chilling, you know, because it's just like, who are you talking to, little girl? This
with their
is
hands
creepy.
pressed on the screen.
Yeah, iconic, great.
Nick, what do you think was a scary moment?
So the clown for sure, obviously, right? But I'd say second to that would be when the little like ghost hand comes out of the TV.
Yes,
Like really
Yeah.
suddenly.
right around that
Because
time.
you got little Carol Ann right there, and then you're like, oh, this shit
Yeah.
is in the house.
Yeah.
And I think it just kind of like drifts off. and
Oh,
you're
it's
like,
creepy,
Oh, they're
dude.
fucked.
They try to do that little jump scare when the dad's like by the door and then the skeleton
The
comes
head
out.
comes out.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
beast head.
yeah.
That was actually pretty good too. Or
That
when the
was
mom,
effective.
when the mom's like, "I'm gonna try to open the closet one more time." It's just like, "Rah!" It's just like, "Oh, okay, maybe now's not a good time."
Not doing
Come
that
back.
again.
Yeah, that's funny.
The clown was scary though because it was just like, I don't know. I'm already bugged out by anything that's like slightly like animatronic or like a little doll. Little dolls mess me up.
Yeah, dolls.
So the fact that he looks over, he's already scared of it, and he looks over, sees that it's gone, and I'm like, oh, just don't look at it. Of course, he looks
fucked.
under the bed. And then it's behind him, and he has a different face. The clown has a different face, and it's evil looking. It wraps him up, takes his back, puts him underneath the bed. Just like, no, this is no good, dude.
Well, like, why did we have this clown at all? Like, did you see how big its hands were? And it had teeth. This was a clown doll that had a lot of teeth.
What does he need teeth for? He does
Why
not
the
need
clown
teeth.
don't need teeth?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Not at all.
His hands were the size of like human man
Yeah.
hands.
I
Made no
can't.
sense.
I can't watch that scene now without thinking of Scary Movie 2.
Oh, jeez.
That's a separate conversation.
I
It's
like,
iconic.
yeah.
I mean, it goes hand in hand, right? Like that clown in Scary Movie is like, it makes you think about it. Like every time you're like,
Uncle Ray Ray.
for sure, you're like, what the hell?
Well, in Poltergeist as well, like they built that clown. I felt like something should have happened with that clown way earlier on in the movie, and then it doesn't. And you're like, oh, it's probably safe. And then towards the end, something happens, and you're like, damn it! It. I just watched it the other day, obviously, and it still makes me jump when I see that scene, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it just drags him. Like, what a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, that
For
could
sure.
That
I would
kid should've-
die of fear. And that kid almost died.
Well, yeah, I think there was a malfunction with that thing, and it actually did wind up kind of choking that kid a little bit in real
damn.
life.
oh, what?
Which is terrifying. Like, what the hell, dude?
It makes me wonder, did they put in the next scene where he's like beating the crap out of it?
I hate you. I hate you.
Did they let
I know,
him have
seriously.
that scene so that he would
Legit.
feel better?
Get a little revenge.
After
Beat
almost
the crap
dying?
out of him.
Get your get
he's
back,
just like,
dude.
just kill the clown, kid. You'll feel better.
And honestly, even before that, right? Like the dad, he like takes off to the office. Dude, I'm not leaving.
Why would
I'm
you
not
leave?
gonna leave him there.
That's
like,
so weird.
You're crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
it's a weird move.
Do you not know what happened? Like,
Yeah.
2 hours ago? Like, what are you doing, bro?
No, that was a silly move. I thought the same thing. I was just like, wait, why? In the middle of all this crazy stuff happening, you're the leader of the family. Like chill.
Like, get him out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
Do something.
Do that shit tomorrow.
You know what? You're right. It's like up until that point, it's like I really believed that he cared about protecting his family, and now they're sending their kids off to fucking hotels and in taxis. He's gonna go tie up loose ends at the office.
Yeah, like what?
So you just stay here by yourself, honey. Nothing will
Yeah,
happen.
what the heck?
That was crazy.
The 80s, right? Am I right?
More-
I mean,
No,
come on.
that's
Yeah,
what
no,
I'm saying.
it's
Yeah.
definitely
Exactly.
signs of the times.
I think he was starting to lose his shit at that point because there was a really funny part where they're packing up all their stuff and he trips over the bike and he gets like tangled up with the bike. And I'm just like, oh, this guy has lost it. He has lost it.
There's a moment in the movie that they cut, right? Like they cut the movie and it's kind of like a weird transition because of they named like a restaurant.
Oh, really?
Oh, they had to
Yeah.
cut it out.
They had to cut it out, and it was like a weird, like it went from dude. And I just heard this the other day. I just can't remember. I don't have my notes. They're on the phone, which is what we're recording. But it like jumped from like they were talking about a pizza joint, and then it just goes to a like it went from, you know, when he's like on the wall, like by where the chair kind of moves,
Yeah.
and then it jumps to a different scene right away.
Oh, really?
In that scene, he said something about a food joint, right? I think it was like a pizza joint, and then they couldn't say it because they weren't allowed to say it because of the sponsorships and stuff like that. And then, they basically had to cut it off. So it's like a moment that it just goes from like this scene to another scene. It just doesn't even make sense.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I gotta look out for that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Pizza Hut, hit us up.
Hit us up.
No one out pizzas the hut.
Yeah.
Never.
You know, I'm down for that.
More scary scenes that I had written down. The tree attack honestly was pretty
Yeah.
good too.
That was
That was
gnarly.
effective.
And I think it was cool because I think Steven Spielberg put those in as personal things. That and the clown scene, he said as a kid, those were things that scared him as a kid. So he put those in the movie as like little personal,
Oh no shit.
personal touches. And I was like, yeah, those are pretty solid.
You know, a lot of these movies, there's stuff that kind of reflects things that they remember when they were a kid, and they'll put it in their movies, and that's kind of cool that happened with Steven, you know?
It makes it effective. It makes it personal. It makes it relatable, because it's like, I feel like a lot of kids have those same fears growing up too. You know, you see the shadow of the tree, or it's like knocking against your window or something. You're just like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that?
For sure.
Yeah. Or the fact that there was always a storm at night.
Yeah.
Like a thunder and lightning storm every freaking night.
Or a tornado.
Yeah, a tornado. Like, it's California.
That part was
Yeah, what the hell?
I don't know, dude. It just pulled the tree away. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I was like, bye.
Cool.
I mean, it snows in LA once in a while. I
Nice.
guess it could happen. Jesus Christ.
What else I
Like,
got?
where in America can you have like a tornado and like an outdoor pool situation? Like,
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Simi Valley, California. That's
Yeah,
where.
Seriously.
There's actually quite a few good scares in this one. The another one was the anything that showed the beast. Honestly, even though it was like they didn't show him all that much, it was pretty well done. You know, when he was at the top of the stairs, when
just
the wife
hanging
was
out?
going up,
Yeah.
or when I think Steven opened the door and
big ass
and a
head.
head came up. Like, those were all pretty good moments. You don't
Yeah.
see the beast all that much, but it's very effective. And I don't know if this ties into the next one, but it's like, could those have been? I think we were talking about this earlier. Could
Like Cain killed.
yeah, could that
Yeah.
have been Reverend Cain or whatever? Because it kind of, looked like he had some kind of long wispy hair. You know, It kinda
Yeah.
looked-
It did, and it was like more of a skeleton. He looked kind of gaunt-ish.
Yeah,
Kinda
like
how
ghoulish.
How Cain was.
yeah.
Oh shit.
There you go. But no, those are one of some of the moments that I had. Let's see, what do we got here?
And the curse, right? Like, basically, like, well,
Yeah.
they basically moved the at the end of the day, like, they moved the tombstones, right? And then they left the bodies behind,
Yeah.
and that's the reason why it all happened.
Yeah.
So it kind of created a spiritual kind of curse type of thing, with like basically claiming their land back.
Yeah.
You know, and then they were talking about that, and he found that out when they went on top, when they were trying to like resell them like new property or new land, basically. And then I thought that was pretty crazy, because at the end he starts telling them like, you only move the tombstones, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, or you only move the
headstones. You didn't move
the headstones.
move the bodies.
It's just like,
Yeah, you don't-
He's all freaking out in his face, dude.
You only move the headstones. You only move the headstones.
You're just looking at him like, how did you find out?
and then out of nowhere, like they start coming. They're coming out of everywhere, right? Even the mom, she's running. She falls into the pool area,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
all the bodies are coming out and stuff like that. That's kind of gnarly. Like that's a good premise, especially for that time, right? Like,
Super gnarly, considering they didn't know that those were real skeletons until after they shot the scene. Because apparently it was cheaper than just making the skeletons. So I think they just used real skeletons. Just like, what? These are real bodies?
I heard commentary on that. Like somebody involved with the movie was like saying like, yeah, everybody makes a big hubbub about real skeletons. Like, do you know how many companies in the 80s were making fake life-size skeletons? He's like, not a lot.
Yeah.
He's like, so of course
I think
we're gonna
it
use
was-
real skeletons.
Yeah, I think you're right, because that's not the only movie I heard that. I think that was just kind of par for the course back then.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like if, medical students or whatever could use them, why not in a movie? It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
no, it's cursed. Like,
Yeah.
all right. So now the real question:
Yo.
what do you guys rate Poltergeist 1 to 10?
Ooh.
Paulo.
Honestly, that's we're doing tenths of a point. I'm gonna do like a 9.5. I love this movie.
That's good.
I could watch it any day. We watched it a few times leading up into it, and it was still just like, there's a lot in there. It's weird, because we were talking about it being like a Tobe Hooper movie, or we were talking about it being a Spielberg movie. It was really directed by Tobe Hooper, but it has so much of that Spielberg influence of it, like
Totally. Yeah.
starts all wholesome.
The Suburban setup.
Yep.
So
The guy
overall,
coming back on his bike.
9.5. I like that movie a lot.
Hillary.
yeah, same. Like 8 to 9, definitely. Like, it's kind of like a total package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick.
I'm gonna say
No pressure.
9.5 as well. I was trying to think. I was gonna say 10. I'm like, why wouldn't I say 10? Because it's all around perfect.
Very,
but
very.
I'm gonna say 10 because it's some of those blatantly poor decisions of sending your kid in a taxi.
Of the family members.
Even though it was the 80s, 9.5. What about you?
I give it like a 8.
Solid.
I think a solid 8.
It's a great movie.
7.58. So I guess somewhere around there.
It's better than Barbarian.
It's definitely better than Barbarian. No, I really enjoy the movie. It holds up very well. Like it's a good scare. Like it's a good makes you think a little bit, about like the old times and stuff like that. So it's nostalgic. Very fun movie to watch, and it's like definitely suggested to anybody that wants to watch a nostalgic like 80s movie is for sure up there with the best of them.
Hell yeah. I also feel kind of like this. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I felt like, because I saw this like among many, right? I saw this when I was really young, but it felt like one of those movies where you can kind of get like if you're a kid and you want to watch a horror movie, convince your parents, like this is a good one to do.
Oh yeah,
Mom, it's PG.
Yeah, it's PG. Like it, if your parents walk in on it, it's like, oh, this is nice, family, whatever. It's a ghost movie. Like it seems like it's a good one to start off with.
Yeah.
I
feel like it was on TV too every now and then, so it was kind of one of those ones where I would catch just
it was kind of like Tremors was.
Yeah, Tremors was the same way. I'd catch it on TV because there's nothing really overtly offensive. There's no really like bad language or anything.
Nobody dies.
Other than the scene where the guy's picking at his face, there's not really a lot of gore,
You're right.
So
Even though it
like,
wasn't that bloody.
and it wasn't
more
even that.
And
gooey
it
than
looks so
anything.
fake.
Yeah,
Like,
you can tell like when it switched, it's like his fans are just like trying to touch something very naturally.
Like where to go.
May as
But
well
hey,
dig it all off. I don't know.
effective. Yeah, effective.
Yeah,
effective.
totally.
So sequels.
Yeah, I honestly I never watched the third one, but I did watch the second one.
Yeah, the second one's solid.
The
Very
second
solid.
one was
I
good.
watched the second
I like
one.
the second one a
Great.
lot.
I think it even has some scarier moments in it. Some terrifying moments. Are we going to talk about the second one right now?
I mean, we could
talk
talk
about it a
about the
little
second
bit.
one. I'm not. I watched it once way back in the day,
Yeah.
so I'm not too familiar with it. But if you want to throw some stuff in there, I'm
Yeah,
down.
go for it. Like
Sure,
connect the second one. Like how does the second one connect to the first one? Basically,
It picks up right where the first one leaves off, and like this family, their house at the end of the first movie disappears.
Yeah.
Literally disappears. So now they're in like this like money rut where they still have a mortgage, and they're trying to like file for like an insurance claim to get out of the mortgage.
Yeah, real problems, dude.
But they're just like, our house disappeared, and like everybody's just like, we call bullshit. Like you're stuck with this mortgage for a house that is literally gone.
It's like this. Doesn't he, like he's like the insurance company doesn't have coverage for a house that gets sucked into a vortex.
Yeah. So they have to live with the mom's mother, and then we kind of find out that like through her family line, they all have kind of like this like these supernatural abilities. They kind of like are in touch with the other side a little bit. So it follows like the grandmother, the mom, and Carol Ann. They all have like these special supernatural sights, and so they're in the grandma's house, and this guy Kane shows up, and we find out that he is the beast.
Yeah,
that was haunting them at the
Remember that.
previous
in a physical form.
Yeah, Cuesta Verde. And that like he back in olden times had led like his own personal cult to like their doom, and like basically took them to where Cuesta Verde was, underground into a cave, sealed them up,
Yeah,
and everybody just died underground.
yeah. Jim Jones did.
Yeah, and that happened to be where the family's house was when everything started. So
It's crazy.
yeah, and then I forgot that like Carol Ann was born in that house.
Yeah, because they even said it in number one that she was.
Yeah, that she was born in the house. Because I was always like wondering like why none of the other houses were experiencing that in the neighborhood, or maybe they were and they just weren't being honest
I
about
think maybe
it.
they were.
Maybe, but
I don't know, that's
but
my
one
personal-
of the catches, or one of the things that I was thinking was like, well, maybe there's some kind of weird connection, being that Carol Ann was kind of had that sensitivity to that spiritual realm already, and then the fact that she's born
there
on the actual property, maybe there's some kind of connection there.
Maybe she was like attracting all the attention.
Yeah,
That's kind of what they said, right?
Yeah,
that they're attracted to like the fact that she has that energy about her.
Yeah.
she's like a beacon of hope to them.
Yeah.
You know something I thought about too when they're asking their neighbor about getting bitten up by mosquitoes.
Yes, talk about
I just
this
put
part.
this together. So like you can theorize maybe the neighbor is experiencing that shit, but he's clearly a liar because he's like, we never experienced any mosquitoes since we lived here, isn't that right, Charlie? He's like, yes, Dad, and like they're getting bit up right in front. So I'm like, oh, he's already a fucking liar.
Yeah,
like maybe ghost shit is happening.
Yeah,
he doesn't like him.
It's true.
Yeah,
he was standoffish for sure.
And he's like, okay, another thing that cracks me up about that scene is like, he's like in his doorway, he's eating a whole plate of just like beans. It's a dinner plate with just beans all over it. And he's just like,
It's the way to do it back in the days, right?
Mosquitoes don't really bite us. Like, he's just being a dick, and like, he's not going to do these people any favors. So I think that like a lot of neighbors probably had some supernatural activity that they just did not talk about.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Going back to like it being a PG movie, like there was actually a lot of like serious and kind of dark moments for it being like a PG movie. I was thinking, because I was like,
for sure,
thinking about how much trauma those kids went through.
Oh, for sure.
I was just like, Jesus,
the
like
poor son.
Yeah. Well, the teenage girl too. The fact that she was like verbally assaulted and kind of by the by the people outside, even though that's kind of
no, you're right.
But just like that,
it's like
and the
status quo,
and then being sent away, like alone, it's just like, oh man, that kind of sucks. The kid getting wrapped up by a tree and a clown is just like the
in the same goddamn night.
Yeah. Like, just what else do I have
the
here?
mom just getting electrocuted every time she touched anything and just getting yeeted across the room.
Back in the day, it was just so easy to trust stuff, I guess, right? Because I was sent to the liquor store that was down the block, and it was like, nothing's gonna happen, like I was like 10, like
I give my kid permission to buy cigarettes.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Kids were a lot more on their own back then. I think they were kind of left to their own devices, like, hey, go outside and play kind of stuff, or you're kind of doing your own thing. Now it's a little more like, I feel like parents are a little more in tune with what their kids are doing now, which, I mean, hey, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's definitely different. It's definitely like not like it was.
It's not like come home when the street lights go out.
Yeah.
Or come on kind of thing.
And then the fact that the what was the medium's name? I forgot her name. Tangina, that's right. I was cracking up when Tangina was like trying to get them to, when she first arrives, and they're trying to get her to get them initially to call out to Carol Ann, and they're just like, he finally has to she tells Steven like, no, you gotta like say you're gonna spank her. He's like, hey, we don't do that. I don't know why that was so funny to me. It's just like, God damn it, this sucks.
even the mom, his wife was like, oh, God damn it, just play along with that. We don't hit our kids.
Yeah.
We're damned if I lie for some fucking poltergeist.
And then they're like, tell Carol Ann to go to the light. You're like, you just told me not to. All right.
Fucking mind.
I know,
like,
right?
I hate you for that.
Right?
I was like, Jesus.
She has her own little presence as it is. Tangina.
Yeah.
Whatever her name is.
I like her. She's like, listen, bitches, this is what we're doing.
Yeah. I've done this. Wasn't there some who's like, haven't you done this before? And she's like, no, or something like that.
Yeah, I think she was like, I'm gonna go in there when they were trying to figure out, they had the little rope in there.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna go in there. She's like, have you done this before or something like that? And she was like, no. She's like,
no,
but
neither have you.
Neither of you. And she's like, you're right, you do it. It's like, all right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was good.
I like her.
The only other notes I think I have is like the callback to the Spielberg stuff, which I thought was kind of cool. Like, there was all this weird, because apparently Spielberg was doing E.T. at the time, or I think he was contracted to do it. So I think he was kind of going back and forth between these two movies. But I think Amblin Entertainment didn't want him directing another movie while he was on E.T. So legally he couldn't put his name on. So they had, I think
Tobe Hooper.
I don't know how to say it. But he's the guy that directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
But apparently Spielberg was on set and had a lot of like say as to how scenes were run, how his ideas, it was a lot of his input was used.
Yeah, not just that. I heard something where during the making of it, some like journalists from like a local paper or something came down to the set, and it happened to be at a time when like Spielberg was not like giving notes to somebody, feedback, and the journalist like wrote a little piece basically saying like, see, I knew Spielberg was directing the whole time.
that's
It's
funny.
like, well, no, but okay. So that kind of like, that's why people are like, oh, Spielberg directed it. It's like,
Yeah.
no, he didn't. He produced it. But
Yeah,
no.
there's a lot of contention with that because it's funny. I've read a lot of different. The actors say different things. Even Spielberg himself was like, no. This is Tobe Hooper's
Yeah.
thing. He definitely had a lot of creative input. But if you look at a lot of those stills and a lot of the pictures from the behind the scenes, Spielberg's in a lot of them, man.
Steven.
He's in there with the actors telling, like, when you're telling
Yeah.
actors what
He's
to
directing.
do, technically that's directing. You
He was
know
just
what I
sending
mean?
Toby out for coffee. He's
Yeah.
like, go to 7-Eleven real quick. I got this.
I mean, either way, the end product was great.
It came out well.
Amazing.
So it's
Yeah.
like ultimately, maybe Spielberg didn't get the technical credit that he got, that maybe he should have received. But
Yeah.
I don't think it really bugged him. I think he was happy with how it came out. It's it's a classic at this point.
For sure.
I think it's a great movie.
I choose I choose Poltergeist over E.T. any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any day.
Yeah,
100%.
I
Any
agree.
day.
Damn, bro, you don't like Reese's Pieces?
I mean,
Cool, dude.
E.T.'s kind of
Ouch.
weird. I don't know.
Ouch.
When he's dying near the
That's what he would
river,
say.
I'm like, oh, ew.
It's turning all desiccated and stuff.
Sorry, E.T.
So I
You're
do
weird.
have some questions from some of our Instagram followers. I could throw them out and we could answer some of the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So since it's Teacher Appreciation Week, is there any horror films that you like that are basically like based in a school or based from with the teacher?
Yes. My favorite high school horror film is The Faculty.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's a
Faculty's
good one.
That's the only one I can think of.
You ready for this?
Go, dude.
Disturbing behavior.
I was going to say
Oh, why didn't I think of that? Duh.
Because it came out like the same time around the
Yeah,
faculty
they
kind
did.
of too.
I was gonna be like Matilda. I don't know, dude. Miss Trump's a little scary, dude.
Fear Street.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, I guess if I
Okay.
think about it more,
Solid,
there are
man.
some out
Such
there.
a good movie.
solid.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, those are good.
Dang.
That
Those are
was
good.
that was from Nora.
Great question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Oh, Carrie.
Carrie.
Yeah, dude. Duh.
There's so many.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That was a good one.
Prom night.
Like,
Yeah.
like
I guess
we,
we
want,
just had to
we
think.
want kids to die on prom night so bad.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
We really
We
do. Yeah.
So I stand by my answer. These are all good answers.
No, they're all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I just had to think about it for a sec.
All right, so the next one is best horror movie soundtrack. I got mine. The Crow.
Oh, The Crow.
So good. Another
a
one that's
solid
good. It's not
soundtrack.
really like a horror movie, but it's Donnie Darko. I don't know.
Oh,
Donnie
that's
Darko
great.
has a
Yeah,
good
that front to
soundtrack.
back, that thing
Yes.
is great. Yeah. Ooh.
I guess I would differentiate soundtrack and score, but oh man. But as far as like an actual score goes, like I think either The Exorcist or Halloween has some very memorable like
Yeah.
Yeah.
actual songs that are tied to the movie. But those are great soundtracks.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Spawn actually had a good soundtrack too.
Spawn did have a good soundtrack.
That question was from Damien.
Oh, wait. I would say, okay, the score from 28 Days Later will always haunt
Oh,
me.
hey, that's a good one too.
When I saw that movie in the theater, like that score just like hit. It was so perfect for the film. And then I never shut up about it, but I think that the soundtrack for Silent Hill is extremely eerie, and it creates like such like a ambiance, like an environmental sort of feeling. Like it really is perfect for the environment.
It's all great, actually.
Yeah, those are good.
You know, it's a good score. We were just talking about it on the way up here. The Neon Demon,
Oh, is it good?
done by Nicholas Refn, who did Drive. Oh yeah, it's like synthy. It's like you got to see it. It's just,
Yeah, I want to see
gonna have
that.
to
You were talking
rewatch
about
that.
that.
It's
It's not really horror, but The Labyrinth.
Puppy dogs.
Oh, what about
dance, magic dance.
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Oh man,
That's true.
Classic.
that is
Yeah,
fantastic.
definitely.
It's like once we give our answers, and then we're like, oh, there's so many
Yeah,
more.
It's like if you think for a second, there are a bunch.
All right.
Good.
Next question is from Nora as well. There's Freddy versus Jason and Alien versus Predator. What are some of the versus that you would like to see?
This is kind of a weird one, but I always thought like Freddy should go against someone of his own ilk. I thought Freddy versus like Jason versus Mike Myers would be a good one. Just two big old tanks, dude. Just heavyweights going like smashing each other.
That'd be dope.
I said Art the Clown versus Jason. They're both slashers. They're gonna go ham.
Actually, I think Nick had a good.
I'll say Art versus It.
Yeah, Art
yeah.
versus Pennywise, dude. Clown on clown crime.
Yeah.
Great
Clown on
idea.
clown crime, man.
I also thought like Art versus Freddy, but dude, Freddy would be so hard to beat.
They would joke around too much too.
Well, he just
They'd be cracking too many jokes and playing.
he
Prime
gets in
time,
your
bitch.
dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll be too hard.
Yeah.
That'd be too hard to beat.
He can like dematerialize and not even be like physically there with you anymore.
Yeah.
Like he can just poof disappear. But they have kind of similar powers too,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
ability to like invade your dreams,
Yeah.
which is the power that I would want if I could choose one.
That was a pretty cool.
I think that you had a cool idea. It was Chucky versus the Puppet Master puppets.
Oh, like specifically, I think it'd be cool, like Chucky versus Pinhead, the dude with the little
strong
head and the
dude.
guy with the big muscles, or
like
Didn't he
regular
have,
size
like, real
arms.
Yeah,
human-
he had big
real
arms.
human hands and
Those
arms.
fists.
Yeah.
It's huge.
or even Chucky versus Blade, the dude with the one with the blade.
Oh yeah.
With the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
That'd
pretty
be tight.
cool.
Doll on doll.
Yeah.
That would be. I feel
That's a
like
good one.
I forget his name, but the dude with the hat. I feel like he could. I feel like he can move good. I feel like he's
Yeah.
got good footwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he could take Chucky down.
I'm trying to think
Yeah.
who else.
This guy's got hands.
He's got hands.
In the horror realm.
Candyman versus
Dracula.
Dracula.
I don't know.
Creature versus the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wolfman versus Vampire. I feel like would be a classic one.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
That's actually like a classic kind of story.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's what I was thinking. Lycans and werewolves, or Lycans and
Yeah.
vampires.
That's like
Twilight.
Twilight right there.
That's how they came up with Twilight the movie. That's how they came, and that's how they came out with Twilight
Yeah.
the movie.
And that's why his skin was sparkling.
And the last question is from Jason. Not that Jason, different Jason. Best pet from a horror movie.
Oh.
Damn.
Winston Churchill from Pet Cemetery.
Oh, that's a good one.
Frank and Weenie from Frank and Weenie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So cute.
Or
I like
even
that.
Zero from Nightmare Before
Yeah,
Christmas.
Zero.
It's like Cujo from Cujo.
Cujo's good.
This one's fun.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like this one.
It's a good
Wait, which
round of
one did you
questions.
say?
I like
I
those.
said Winston Churchill from Pet Cemetery.
that's good.
The big cat.
As soon as he said pet, I'm like, oh man, church, I got this. I'm like, damn it. Good job. That was good.
Is that all of the pets?
What's
I think
what's
that-
what's a little Mogwai's name? Freaking Gizmo.
Gizmo. What's the dog from Cabin Fever? Dr.
Mambo.
Dr. Bombo. Yeah, he's a doctor. Being a dog.
Face.
David from Lost Boys.
Scratch mode.
Wait a second.
He's a bat, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thorn.
Thorn.
Lost Boys.
Thorn.
Yeah.
Thorn was-
so scary.
Yeah.
Thorn was not a
Wow.
good dog, though.
Ooh.
He wasn't.
He was a
wasn't.
bad
He was an
dog.
asshole,
he was real
actually.
jumpy.
He was a bad dog.
That was a good one, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Binks from Hocus Pocus.
Oh.
I mean, he was
Yeah.
kind of like a human, so maybe that's insulting to call him a pet. But
No, I call David a pet.
Tweety 2 and Tweety 3 from Poltergeist.
Oh.
That's what she named the fish that she kept overfeeding.
What's the picture inside the box?
come and get it. Come and get it. Like, dang, those fish are dead.
Yeah, that's good. I like those questions.
Oh,
Yeah, I like that
man.
she had the same name for her pets.
Did.
Wasn't that the name of their dog? E-Boz?
No, it was E-Buzz.
E-Buzz?
You know what? I looked
E-Buzz?
it up. It was from a Saturday Night Live skit.
Oh.
That's what they named it from.
Really?
Yeah.
That I still don't know
I
what
still
that
don't know the
is,
reference, but I saw it
okay.
in the little trivia on the IMDb. I was
Those-
like, oh, E-Buzz.
Such a weird name.
It's like, that's
Interesting.
weird, dude. But I guess it's like, yeah, some kind of SNL character.
I guess like most movies have a pet, and if you really think about it, most horror movies they usually have a pet.
Yeah.
Oh, a good pet from Lost Boys, Nanook.
Nanook.
Oh,
Nanook was the
Nanook.
tight one. I was trying to remember the other name. Yeah,
protecting you.
yeah. Nanook
He
was
just
cool.
gets yeeted at people.
Just do my dog, you asshole. I love that
Oh
scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like before we move away from Poltergeist, we got to see the clown doll, the real clown doll, because we went to the haunted
Museum in
museum.
Vegas.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Zach
What?
Baggins
Was
haunted
still
museum. Oh yeah.
Rad.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
actually opening up. They're like they're constantly expanding it. When we went there, they just opened up something new.
Yeah, they
Dude.
just keep on rearranging the exhibits within
Yeah.
the rooms and opening new things.
It's
and-
definitely worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had the actual clown from the Poltergeist thing. I think it was in Planet Hollywood for a
It
while,
was
but I
creepy.
think Zach Baggins has been slowly buying a bunch of assets up and just putting them there.
That's smart. That's
So
cool.
yeah, he has the actual clown there. It's
There's some
creepy.
pretty amazing things in that place.
Yeah.
There's a real head.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Side note: that place is actually cool. If you're
It's
in Vegas
legit.
and you're looking something spooky to do there, go to the Haunted Museum, the Zach Baggins Haunted Museum. It's pretty cool.
I feel the haunt scene in Vegas is getting bigger, especially they're gonna do the Halloween Horror Night or the Horror Night
What is it
stuff.
called?
Yeah, the year-round one or
It's
whatever.
Unleash.
Oh yeah, yeah.
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 They're gonna do that year
be this
round,
year.
so I think it's gonna bring a lot more horror-based things around that area. They already have restaurants, they have stores, so I think
Escape rooms.
escape rooms is gonna get bigger and bigger. So that's awesome.
I think Vegas is definitely cool. Like it's more than just the strip.
Yeah, it's growing
Yeah.
on me.
Like if
It's
you have
growing
like
on
a
me.
preconceived notion of what Vegas is and it's just casinos, it's not. It's a lot more than
Yeah,
casinos.
there's a lot of stuff to do there.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's coming back because 12 years ago, Eli Roth had the Goratorium, which was a year-round haunted house.
Oh.
And it lasted I think a year. And it closed down the weekend before I went to Vegas for this bachelor party. And man, I was
Bummer.
planning on going there. And then it's like, oh, it closed down. I'm like, son of a bitch. But
Eli,
that's
bring
cool.
it
They're
back.
bringing all that stuff back because it looked dope. And then they shut it down.
Yeah, it's cool. If you get a chance, it's cool. It's like a guided tour. They have all kinds of stuff. They have it's a bunch of creepy dolls and stuff. My only complaint would be that I wish they gave you a little bit more time to just walk around freely because it's kind of guided, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it's so jam-packed full of stuff. It's that much. And the house itself is actually pretty cool too. It's kind of like
It's like a maze.
yeah,
It's like a
it's deceptively
got a-
big inside.
It's huge.
That's right. I
There's
like
so
that.
many rooms.
Yeah.
My only complaint, additional complaint is there's a lot of fog. They have fog machines all over the place.
Oh yeah, a little
and,
smoky in there.
And they say that sometimes people pass out because
So smoky.
ghosts. Because ghosts. But like also kind of maybe like not enough oxygen.
Yeah.
So
There's that.
They're like excellent.
maybe a little bit more oxygen.
More oxygen.
Yeah.
That's my only complaint.
Besides the lack of oxygen, it's great.
Just a little bit more, please.
But yeah, they have all kinds of stuff from like spooky like serial killer shit. Like they have like
There's some creepy serial
stuff.
killer.
You know, they had like
the Dr. Kevorkian death van.
yeah, they have his van in there. It's like
What?
holy
And
shit.
I didn't know he did that in a van.
It's like
He was in a van.
there's like more than 100 and something people that he just helped them kill themselves
Super
in his
creepy.
van. You're just like
Does he just drop
Yeah.
them off when he's done?
yeah, I know. It's like what do you do after that?
Oh, did you guys get to watch the new season of what is it called? Black Mirror?
No,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
No, yeah. Okay, cool. We'll talk about it next time around.
Okay.
Yeah, it got some good ones. Some I don't sci-fi horror style, of episodes and stuff like that. But I think we could definitely have some good conversations about these
All right,
episodes.
all right.
So guys, check it out too. It's a good season.
Heck yeah.
I think it's six episodes.
Nice.
Sweet. I can do that.
Yeah, it's actually like easy to watch too. Like, it's not crazy scary. It's not boring. It's not lazy. It's like very done well. And it's like, as you guys know, each episode's a standalone episode.
Yeah.
So it's super fun to watch. You could always if you're not into one episode, you could always switch it to the next episode. It's a whole different vibe, and it's
Yeah,
I think that makes it easy for people to watch because. you know, there's certain shows that I watch an episode, I'm like, I don't like the vibes, and I just don't watch it because I know the whole season's gonna be, or the whole series is gonna be like that. But this is like every episode is different. I mean, there's some Black Mirror episodes that I didn't like before, you know, and I just skip them and I just go to the next one, and I just like, I never even watched that one because it's not that interesting to me, or it's not what I kind of like. But yeah, I always like that about Black Mirror, that it's easy to watch, especially if like I said, you don't like an episode, just go to the next one.
Yeah. They're all one-offs.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys believe
catch
I've
up
never
with that.
seen that show. I need
Really?
to. I know. I need to.
Yeah, it's
I need
pretty
to
cool.
start
It's
it.
kind of like
Pretty messed up.
It's kind of like modern day Twilight Zone.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Sold.
cute.
Yeah.
Sold.
I'm not all caught up either. I've seen a little bit of the first season, but there's a lot that I haven't seen.
It gets pretty dark, and it gets very, very real as
Yeah.
well. You know, and I think that's
Kind of what scares
that's the
me.
scary part about it.
This
It's
could
like
happen.
it's really like most of the stuff that you're like, man, that's kind of happening now. You're
Yeah.
like, wow, this happened how many years ago, and it's kind of happening. You're like, kind of trips me out a little bit about it, to be honest, but. That's awesome. I think that's what makes that show that much more interesting, you know?
The one that stuck out to me was the one where they had the like voting system for people, where they had like an app, and if you like they didn't like you and they voted you down, like if you got voted down enough, eventually in real life your face got blurred and they couldn't hear your voice. And it's just like,
What?
oh, dude, that's scary. Don't vote me down, please.
Or like they would take away your access to places.
Yeah.
If,
So-
like you didn't have
So
enough
it's
likes.
basically like a credit score.
like the social credit score,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
in real life.
But
like,
real life,
yeah.
like you see it on you. Like I can see how much your credit score is, and if like your credit score is too low, you can't come into my restaurant, you can't go to my school, you can't drink.
fucked up.
Yeah, it's just kind of
eventually it
crazy.
gets so low that we can't see your face, you can't hear your voice and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
like, I don't like
You
that.
don't exist.
Shit.
You can't
Yeah, it's a
rent-
little dystopian. That's
can't
that's
rent
what
an
makes it
apartment.
kind of scary. It's not jump scary, but it's like dystopian scary.
Yeah.
All right,
But
I'll give
it's
it a
decent.
whirl.
It's decent. I like it. All right, I think that was pretty good for Poltergeist. Do you
For
want to maybe see what movie we're doing next week?
Yes.
Pum pum pum.
Let's get out the new and improved wheel.
Hillary's busted ass wheel. She forgot the frame.
We always forget something.
Yeah.
Improvise.
So today we just remembered one part of the wheel.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give it a spin, Nick,
Yeah, you
with your strong hand.
Use my good hand.
Okay. It doesn't make a fun sound,
Let's see.
which is kind of sad.
Let's see.
28 days later.
Oh my gosh,
Cool.
I'm so happy.
That's awesome. That's a
That's
great
rad.
one.
Hell yeah.
I think we're all stoked on that one.
yes.
Yeah.
Tight.
Especially, you know, 28 years later is about to come out
Yeah,
pretty
great
soon.
timing. Great timing.
Comes out in June, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Next month.
Oh, there you go.
This is perfect
All right,
timing.
cool. This is great.
When they said that in January, I was like, that's like 6 months away.
And now it
it's
just
like,
crept up.
here we are.
It's actually, we're officially like halfway to Halloween now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Time's flying, dude.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
So
It's
exciting.
crazy. But yeah, guys, as usual, follow us on X, follow us on Instagram. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and on our YouTube page. Yeah, follow us, give us a follow, especially if you're watching. And you haven't followed us, follow us. We would love to keep on creating these videos for you guys in this podcast. So yeah, make sure you guys follow us and on Instagram, on X, and on YouTube.
All right, dudes. Laters.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Peace, guys.